Ahoy, landlubbers. It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. It is Saturday, February 8th. Where does the time go? Considering current events, hopefully the past really quickly. We're back for another installment of Wallace and Gromit from Telltale Games. This one is called The Last Resort. Much like last week, I have no idea what I'm really in for, but last week was very delightful. I enjoyed that quite a lot. Um, so yeah, looking forward to that. I don't know if the story is continuous, but just to briefly recap, in the last installment, Wallace had recently fallen into trouble with the local community because he had created like a cheese identifying mouse robot that had wrought havoc somewhere. I don't really remember the details. There was like a local like shop owner, I think, who was mad about it. I don't know if he's like a general store or a grocer. We didn't get to go in the store during the chapter, so I don't really know. Um, and to remedy this, he had agreed to supply that vendor with like 50 gallons of honey, which was good news, bad news, because Wallace had been working on a like straight into people's homes tap system to deliver honey to people, which is great. He's already most of the way there. Except he didn't really have very much honey on hand. He just had a device that like made bees eat flowers and then turned that directly into honey because it's a cartoon and science is irrelevant. But so he figured the best solution to do that was to use this experimental growth formula that we had to compile from various sources and gigantify some flowers in the front yard and then make the bees eat those, and that will surely create a large quantity of honey. Well, it sort of did, but it also had a side effect of making all the bees gigantic, and then we had to solve that issue. I mean, that covers the basics of the story. If you want to see the details, it's up on YouTube. You can watch it now. For now, it's just about time to get started. One thing I wanted to note, Neko might appreciate this more than others. Neko made these little crochet drift loons. And when I went to sort of decorate the side of my desk here, I noticed that this bear is wearing a shirt that has my college's school colors on it, which are gold and purple. These are the same colors of Drifloon, both regular and shiny. Isn't that fun? It's a very Drifloon positive sort of experience. Can we rewind the past? I mean, we could try to return to the past, but the problem is when you return to the past, you make Xana stronger. And I can't imagine that having like a stronger, malevolent supercomputer is going to help our current situation. But you know, we got like a button. So close to getting that right. It's really hard to time it perfectly, but you know, whatever. Anyways, time for the last resort. Now, clearly this is a pun on like a vacation resort, or so I imagine, with the pool floaty and the little sand shovel that Gromit has, but like, say less. Like, I'm already fully invested in whatever's about to happen. Let's go. Like I said, wow, there's a tutorial for every chapter. You can bet that I'm not doing that again. Well, I don't know. Do we think the tutorial is different? And is it worth experiencing that content because it might be unique to this? Or is it the case that this tutorial will be exactly the same as last time and thus do nothing? Are they going to Blackwell? That'd be funny. Also, maybe. I don't know. That could be. You just heard me and thought I said it would make Santa stronger. What would be the problem with making Santa strong? Like, what would be what's the equivalent exchange downside? Like, you get to manipulate time, also Santa provides more joy for the world. Honestly, I'm just a little curious. Is it going to be the same tutorial? And if so, I will be mad. But I will have brought that on myself.
That should do it.
I think it's the same.
It's working.
I think it's the same.
Welcome. I'm so glad you could be here with us today to try
I
out
have
my
brought this on
latest
myself. I
invention.
could have tested this earlier, but I was lazy and I played Balatro
This
poorly for
device
like an
allows
hour
guests
instead.
to visit us here in West Wallaby Street. Welcome. I'm so...
Right click will get through this faster. Okay. Let's go to exit. What? How do I get? How is there not a like main menu setting? Just feels like yes. Exit my current game session and restart. Don't restart the tutorial. Oh my god.
Welcome.
That would make Robot Santa stronger. He does have missiles and that pesky anti-paradox crumple zone, which is known to cause issues. Alright, I guess I'm going to exit my game session and we'll find out together if this just shuts off the game. That could be labeled better, because that was what I wanted, and I felt like the name did not... The anti-paradox crumple zone. It's in the first Futurama episode with Robot Santa. My questionable friend from middle school thought that was the funniest thing. He likened it to something that I would do. Like, he would try to do something and I'd be like, you fool, I have an anti-paradox crumple zone. You cannot defeat me. Which tells you something about our relationship and also a little bit about how annoying I was. Well, now that I figured out I should never go back to the tutorial, I feel like we're off to a really strong start. But that's mainly just because it's the pool floating and it's good.
Do something. Call the Coast Guard.
Does the UK have a Coast Guard? I thought that was just like a US thing. But the purpose of the anti-paradox crumple zone is like...
Plumbing's in a right pickle.
Oh no, it's my North Hollywood apartment.
While I stick me finger in the dike.
Yeah, that violates Twitch terms of service. The joke behind the anti-paradox crumple zone is I think Bender's like plan to stop Robot Santa is he will give a logical paradox to Robot Santa, and being a machine, he will struggle to compute it and then like self-destruct. But it didn't work because he had an anti-paradox crumple zone. Like he was already equipped for that. What's in my... I got shovel. Just shovel. Right, I forgot I used, like, Wasta for this. Look, shut up. I know I just didn't do the tutorial.
From our lunar landing. Just leave it be, lad.
You're asking whether a tiny island country has a Coast Guard? I thought Coast Guard was, like, the brand name that the US had. I figured the UK had, like, the Royal Guard of Imperial Coasts, or something. Like, I figured you'd have, like, a fancier name for it. Not that you wouldn't have ships.
Just the job. Bring it here now, will you, lad?
No, I want to play the slot machine.
Don't do that, lad. We'll lose the lights.
That's a really wild circuit breaker setup. We do. His Majesty's Coast Guard. Okay, but then, to be clear... that would not be called the Coast Guard. I understand that in the colloquial sense that he's using it, he would simply call it the Coast Guard. Call it Royal Navy. That's what I'm saying. In no way do I mean to imply that the island nation of the United Kingdoms does not have boats. They're known for having the world's most significant navy for an incredible amount of human history that has been recorded. It's simply a question of nomenclature. I feel like I am not ridiculous. You can say what you want. I feel like, if anything, you're being silly.
Well done. Our troubles are over. Whoops.
Did he hit the outlet with the wrench? Even I'm not that stupid.
Crikey. That was a shock. Best trip the circuit breaker, lad. And stay clear of the water. It's electric.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
Look out,
Well, that
lad.
feels
The
bad.
tide's coming in. Best find another way to the circuit breaker. Tommy, have you gone crackers? You'll get yourself electrocuted.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so good. Look at this. Look at me go. This is perfect. Like, we could end the stream here. What more are we expecting to get from this game?
The current's too strong. You'll have
Good thing Gromit doesn't have legs. They demonstrated that it's the type of pool floaty that's, like, got a solid floor. Sorry, I was addressing chat.
current's too strong. You'll have to find some other way to reach the circuit breaker.
Okay.
Careful, old chum.
Oh my god, a box of spare track. Very good. I saw relatively recently on Twitter, in the time when I was still using Twitter, that they've said they don't know how to recreate the scene from Wrong Trousers where Gromit, like, on the fly, like, reassembles the train track for that big chase scene. And that's wild to me. I'm not entirely sure I grasp the crux of what my goal is. Oh, I can pick this up.
Careful, lad.
I thought I got close enough that I would have noticed that.
Volatile compressed rocket gas. Ex-NASA.
It's definitely both the best moment of Wrong Trousers and iconic. But, like, it's wild to think that, like, it was, like, I get that it is an incredible feat of animation, but it's funny to me that it's just like, yeah, and you know what? We could never do it again. Whatever is about to happen feels odd. Have I turned around and become the idiot? Like, whatever the goal is very confusing. We're about to see a dog get electrocuted? No. It's a cartoon. Well, okay, I guess because it's a cartoon, maybe. But, like, he'll be fine because it's a cartoon. Also, hi, letters, welcome. Can you use fuel on floaty? Huh. I don't know. My impression is no, but maybe. No, I don't seem to have a hitbox. I can't modify me. Oh, what about this?
The deductomatic can't help us now, lad. It's only a prototype.
There's not, like, a whole lot to interact with here. It's funny. The worst part I felt from the chapter of this we played last week was, like, the very introduction. And I feel like that might be the case here. Like, I tend to think that a game like this wants the beginning to be, like, very forgiving and exploratory so that it can set up more complex stuff later, but you have delay of, like, what areas you can go to or whatever. But now they're just like, yeah, obviously you have a shovel and a fire extinguisher, question marks profit. Not on floaty, away from floaty while facing the circuit breaker. Are you all forgetting how adventure games work? If I don't have a hitbox, it's not getting done. Am I supposed to get out? No, I can't get out. Can't wake up.
If you can't reach that circuit breaker, we'll be fried.
Combine rocket fuel with shovel and inventory. I don't think we've ever... No, you don't combine things in your inventory in this game.
I'll need sturdier hardware to stop a bit leak.
I have like 2 items and 1 hitbox, and somehow I can't solve the puzzle. It's the fault of the adventure game for not recognizing your genius. Look, I'll grant you that. Like, it's the most cartoon solution to this extremely cartoon problem. It feels like it should work. I'm just telling you what the game is telling me, which is like, I can't use these 2 things together. But like, I'm not even like seeing another hitbox I got like
This isn't
Wallace and a device he won't let me use and rocket fuel. Maybe the extinguisher on the leaking pipe? It doesn't have a hitbox! I'm constrained by the reality presented by the hitbox. Maybe fire extinguisher... grabbing the Clorox bottle. Also no hitbox. What about the Sparky thing? Over here? The one that doesn't have a hitbox? I don't mean to be sassy, but like, I have been swimming in circles around here looking for a hitbox. Oh, this one does. The one all the way over here does. The one that's closer to my target does not. Thanks for that.
Don't do it, lad. You'll blow yourself to smithereens.
I appreciate a non-ironic use of the word smithereens.
Well done, Gromit. All be fixed in a jiffy. Just a moment. Turn to the right.
We're at least 50% unfairly sassy to you that time. Disagree.
That's better. Oh, there
Do you have a button to show all interaction? Nope, the game has not made that
Crack on, lad. There's a lot to do.
available.
Sorry about the unseasonal weather. I'm afraid it means
Unseasonal
we'll have to
weather?
put off our
It's
little
the
trip
UK.
to the seaside. Unless we bring the seaside to us.
I don't like the sound of that. Chapter 1, Ocean Notion. Did they have chapter names last
We've got
time?
a cellar full of water. Just a few more items. There we are. And we can enjoy the seaside from the comfort of our own home. Ho, ho, ho. Won't that be something, lad? We'll stay home for the holidays and have our own beach to boot. Lucky the rain's let up for now. I'll be back in a trice with all the necessaries. Sun, sand, and beach umbrella coming up.
I presume that I'll want to start with this little pond.
Or I'll be in the cellar faster than you can say secret trap door.
Oh, am I gonna need to know that later? That feels like a very deliberate introduction. That was the tutorial. Technically, no, that was the prologue. There is the tutorial, but we did the tutorial last week, and I checked the tutorial that was included with this chapter, and it was the same as last one. But like this was the same experience that I had last week. Was like the prologue wasn't great, but then like once we got past the prologue, like everything else was great. And like the issue I have there is that like we can all agree that the obvious solution is like jetpack into the lever. Although, admittedly, I'm not sure the game does a great job of explaining why I can't simply reach the lever. Like, I know it's like the current is strong, but like also we're in our slowly flooding basement and we have an adorable means of conveyance, and I feel like that should be sufficient. But like, it feels arbitrary to be like, well, you can only activate this cartoonish rocket fuel by using the legitimate science of like electricity to activate it. Like, no, it's a cartoon. Let me just like use it though. Just popped in. In your opinion, does it feel like you're playing an episode? Well, we've just gotten started with this, which is the second installment out of 4 from Telltale Games' Wallace and Gromit game series. For the first one, I would say yes. That's the one we have experience with. That one's called Fright of the Bumblebees. And that one, yeah, it really felt like playing an episode. But we just got started here. And as I was commenting, like, the weakest part of the first episode was like the very start of it, and then like everything kicked off well from there.
Supplies in there.
And I imagine the same thing's gonna happen here. I think I just have like a philosophical disagreement about how we introduce an adventure game. Can I go in the house, or is Gromit standing there like an indication that everything's outside?
Cozy in there.
Okay.
But I'm set on gathering the goods for our beach.
Nod, nod. So I need an umbrella, and sand, and sun. Much as I can make toast by using the sun and bread and time. A Scotsman? At least we don't have to figure out how to use a cycling badger to make Wallace breakfast this time. I'm just confused as to why he doesn't have enough cycling badgers to operate all his gadgets.
Surely you're not still thinking of the beach. It's freezing cold.
At least Gromit's voice will never sound off. Yeah, we had a discussion about that last week.
Spirits of McBiscuit. Grab your wellies and we'll be off.
Duncan, I really don't think so. You must admit, it's hardly beach wear. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, hello there, Wallace. Come and meet Duncan McBiscuit.
I bet he is.
An old friend.
I bet he is.
And of course, you know my two precious darlings.
She doing that to make him mad?
Tinky Wee. Say hello to Mr.
Pardon?
Wallace, angels.
Oh, look. Some slightly off dogs.
Look, Gromit. It's your friends from next door. Cute little fellows.
Oh, yes. They're show dogs, you know. Prize winners. They're
Those are
my
not good
pride and
dogs.
Joy.
Well, I won't keep you.
No. Duncan was just leaving.
Leaving with you, lassie, for a day on the beach.
But what
Nah.
if there's a cloudburst? I don't consider thunder and lightning very pleasant beach companions.
But there's nae thunder and nae lightning. Can you hear any thundering? Any cracking or booming?
Ah.
Well, can you?
Maybe I can. Just hush your tongue a moment, will you?
So I have to make thunder sounds, and then he'll leave his umbrella there. One thing I really like about Gromit as a character,
Can you?
I feel like he really exemplifies the fun concept of like cartoon dog being both dog and person. But like there's something really nice about the way Gromit is like shaped and animated, where like he really seamlessly is both. Sometimes, you know, like Scooby-Doo like walks on all fours and then like sometimes stands up and like definitely feels more at home like on four legs, but like Gromit is like a perfect middle ground. He's like the, what's that Leonardo da Vinci sketch with the like Vesuvian man? That's a magic thing. I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. I don't have a lot of resources. I mean, I guess, I think it has something to do with the trash can lid, but like, do I need a second item for this?
No big.
No, I can't pick up the trash. That's actually kind of surprising. How do I, am I able to leave now and come back with like a cool item I find somewhere else? Okay. I thought maybe I got boxed in because I had to do that first or something. Exactly. His limbs are the perfect length, so neither version looks weird, standing or walking. Vitruvian man. That sounds, if not right, certainly close enough, but it sounds right.
No, you can't dump these sandbags here. Just wait a moment, Major, please.
Stop dithering, you dunderhead! The town's being swept under!
It's now being swept under, Major, and you're beginning to be a public nuisance.
I have to say, I think it's really funny how dramatic the reaction of these British people are to rainy weather. Because, like, isn't the... Correct me if I'm wrong, Neko, but isn't the vibe that it's, like, always raining there? Unless it's summer, in which case sometimes it's, like, oppressively hot, but there may still be a chance of rain.
Afternoon, Wallace.
Cheese of the Week Club. Home delivery available. Sign up now. I would like to sign up for cheese.
It is rather gloomy.
Like my business. Not a single
Damn, the beach when it's raining equals clam digging. Also, freezing solid due to medical issues. I'm sorry about the medical issues. I would have to share Neko's sentiment that I've never been clam digging. But I also kind of don't like the beach, which is why I previously lived in California and currently live in Florida, because I make a lot of sense as a person.
My summer sail won't be very sizzling this year.
Sorry to hear that.
Have a pleasant day.
What's the latest cheese of the week, I wonder?
Stilton. And that reminds me, I just sent the truck out with your delivery. When
Ooh.
you return home, you'll find it waiting patiently on your doorstep.
Ah, just like Gromit.
You know, Mr. Wallace, there's nothing like coming home to a faithful, loyal
Cheese.
Cheese.
I quite agree.
Yeah. I appreciate, like, I feel like a normal adventure game, I would have to solve a puzzle to activate the Cheese of the Week club, but I feel like they're like, no, it's Wallace. He's already signed up for this Cheese of the Week that we introduced. Don't worry about that. Have I ever had an unfaithful cheese? That's such an interestingly phrased question. Probably. I've probably had a cheese that didn't agree with me. I don't have like an obvious example that comes to mind. Not like the one time I tried stevia and immediately got a migraine headache. Like that was like, yeah, I'm not doing that ever again. Allergic to seafood, so I probably shouldn't dig for clams. I mean, that's true. It wouldn't be high on my list. And I understand that there's a distinction between the fish allergy I have and other types of seafood, but like, I don't play around. Those were some adverse side effects. Hey, other characters. Brie sucked? I've only had Brie a couple times, but I really liked it.
I'd like to unload these sandbags. I know just the spot.
Just as I told you, the people are pleading for sand, and we've got to
Gotta give the people what they
I'd
want.
like to give it to you, you loony old goat. But if you've got a need for sandbags, Wallace, I hereby grant you permission.
Oh? You grant permission?
Oh no.
Indeed. Take all you want, Wallace.
Infernal cheek! I'm the commanding officer here, you jumped up Jobsworth, and I hereby revoke permission.
Can't you be cooperative just this once, Major?
I don't believe so.
Don't know the meaning of the word. Sounds subversive to me.
All right, Major, how about this? Why don't we ask Wallace here who's in command?
This young Pongo? Very well. Why not? Tell us, soldier, who holds rank here? Remember your training.
Is Wallace supposed to have had military experience? I don't remember this being a thing. According to what little I know, Brie needs to be at the right temperature. That could be true.
Waiting, soldier.
I've had, like, baked Brie before that was really good. I mean, I feel like I'm inclined to say the officer, partially because he's actually got authority in civilian matters, and also because he's suggesting we do what I
Well,
want.
the constable is, an officer of the law.
Aha! Like I told you, I call the shots in this district. The sandbags are yours, Wallace.
It seems like a really easy...
Not.
Yeah.
You're the one who wanted to dump 'em, Major.
That was before you waltzed in and tried to usurp my authority.
Wallace, kindly tell the Major here who the officer in charge is, will you?
That's right, soldier.
Are we still doing this?
Inform this non-combatant nincompoop where his duty lies.
Go? Do I have my inventory? Is there like a trick to this? I mean, I'm gonna keep...
We're waiting, soldier.
I feel like this is a trick. I don't feel like I understand. I feel like I'm just gonna keep clicking the console until I get sandbags. I'm not sure if I'm
Well,
doing this
the
wrong.
constable is, an officer of the law.
Aha! Like I told you.
Okay, they framed that like it might have a different outcome, but that's like the same dialogue, huh?
Your civilian laws may matter at your grandmother's quilting bee, but they mean nothing here among real men in a military emergency. Soldier, will you please inform this sanctimonious civilian who's in charge?
See, I've come to understand that it's wrong to do the thing that should solve the puzzle. But now I'm feeling stubborn.
Well, the constable is, an officer of the law.
Aha! Like I told you, I call the shots
Oof,
in this
99
district.
degrees Fahrenheit
The
in
sandbags
Washington
are
State
yours, Wallace.
with humidity? That sounds bad.
But you're the one who wanted to dump 'em, Major.
Oh,
Was before
tried to
you
right-click skip
waltzed in
past
and
dialogue,
tried
but
to
I missed my
usurp
window.
authority.
Wallace, kindly tell the Major here who the...
That's right, soldier. Inform this non-combatant nincompoop
Hey,
where his duty lies.
Important question for chat, and some of you who've been here a while will know where I'm coming from with this. Is there a reason this interaction couldn't have been a cutscene?
Go
Because I'm
ahead,
presented with
Woods,
two
tell me
choices
how
and
it
one of them
is.
is clearly wrong. So if that's the case, like, why is it not just a cutscene? How about I comment on the sandbags?
Regarding those sandbags.
Not now, man! We need to teach this impertinent interloper to show some respect. Tell him to obey his superiors.
Go on, Wallace. Tell the old goose what's what for a chucks him in chokey.
Hey, how about,
Two
pies?
fine flavors that work well together.
We're talking about who's in charge, not flavors.
Just
It's a metaphor.
Are you saying that instead of bickering over who's in charge, we should be working together as a team?
Yes.
Like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
steak and kidney?
As long as I get the sandbags, that's right.
Are you saying that in a crisis like this, we must act as one, like a well-trained commando unit?
Definitely, as long as I get those sandbags.
Exactly. A sign that we can now rise above our squabbles.
I will, okay, I'll give you that this is
Here's
a
what
very
you do.
Wallace and Gromit type of
Send these
misunderstanding, I
sandbags
feel.
off with you.
There's more
Thank
validity
goodness.
here than I suspected when I thought they just needed me to pick the guy. That seemed worse for me.
Calling me name, yes I can. Ernest Dibbins, it's saying. It's tea time. Fetch the blinking ketchup, Ernest.
Now then, soldier, all I need is your requisition form.
Oh, of course.
Acquisition form?
That's right. Got to play by the book. Can't let the spies sabotage operations, can we?
Spies?
Why does this man have any authority?
Spies from abroad? They're everywhere. Don't look so rattled, man. Just bring me your requisition form, and you'll soon be neck-deep in splendid sandbags.
Oh, right then.
I mean, no, I can't actually. It's only a reminder of what I need. I can't just show it to him and be like, my requisition form is a doodle hastily scrawled earlier.
Afternoon, Mrs. Caberly.
Hello, Wallace. Lovely
Oh, no.
weather, isn't it?
Her button's gone.
I'm joking, Pat. I know it's rotten. Had to cancel me holiday.
That's a shame.
Certainly is being stuck with old misery guts here.
I heard that.
He don't miss a word I say, except when I ask him to do summit.
Sitting behind a till all day.
I like that his talking portrait is a
What would
window
you know
frame.
about hard labour?
I could run this place a sight better than you, if I had a mind to.
If you had a mind, what will it be, love? Looking for something to read? Take your pick. I'll put it on your sleigh.
Tattletale. Gossip, gossip, gossip. Pudgy or pregnant. Royals on the rocks. The latest look for summer. Alluring. Exotic. Fashion now! Weekly weather forecast. No sun in sight. More gloom doom ahead. Knitting natter. A knitstravaganda of cozy projects. How to purl like it counts. Ripping rugby. The lost secrets of goal kicking. Superior bone splints. The Curry Cup. Now, I'm sure I'm gonna need one of these. I'm gonna hopefully figure out why I need one of those before buying one. Observe. Ahoy, Cotillion. Welcome.
No beach
You haven't missed
bodies
much.
left.
Sorry. A big burly bloke bought the last one, and he weren't very polite about it.
Oh, heck. It's a stack of Stilton.
Wow, that's a powerful stomach rumble.
The earth
That's how I convince him that thunder is happening, I guess.
Actually,
It doesn't matter when it comes to the complex question of climate. A person should never really rely on his own senses. Only the experts really understand the weather.
oh,
I must go home now. And I must observe the Stilton. Uh-oh. Oh, A requisition form. Thanks for this, I think.
Oh, a special order for 62 West Wallaby Street. Stilton. One of my favorites.
Let me look at this cheese real quick.
Mouth-watering.
Ooh, did you hear an unearthly rumbling?
Rumbling? What rumbling?
Oh, I can't hear properly over your endless prattle.
Oh, I see.
You wouldn't
Hello,
go
it's
to
me,
seaside
your neighbor.
today, would you, Wallace? You'd stay inside with a cozy cup of tea.
Well,
and
actually, the
wait
thing
for
I would do is
everything.
embark on a series of misadventures to bring the beach to my house before it goes terribly awry.
Just so. Now, Duncan, it's time you were on your way.
On my way?
Be stealing the Scotsman's umbrella? Correct, yes, that is one of our goals, for sure.
Och, there's nae thunderstorm. You can't hear no thundering, can you?
Maybe I can
Listen as I
thundering.
observe some
Just put your
cheese.
bagpipes for a moment, will you?
Now that we're listening, cheese. I'm like Monterey Jack.
Oh, my gracious. That's thunder, all right. And it's nearly upon us.
Och, but sure it may be thundering, but did you see lightning? There's no lightning to bother about us, sir.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm not going to stay out here with you waiting to be struck by lightning. I'm going to seek shelter, and if you've any sense at all, Duncan McBiscuit, you'll do the same.
Right, I forgot he was Duncan McBiscuit.
What?
Oh,
What are you looking at, Jimmy?
Yeah, you should have waited a moment before getting excited about that. Oh, he doesn't care? That's fine. I'll take. I'll do a little theft, like some light theft. Borrow.
just borrow this.
Like a light theft. I mean, if he wants it back after the beach, I'll totally give it to him. That's.
Indoor beach experience.
I have to. I'm probably overstating it, but there's something so magnificently clever about the way these stories are structured. Where, like, you do, like, some light nonsense with Gromit in the beginning to explain that he does the problem solving. And then you go on some wacky misadventure with Gromit where you create a well-meaning but obviously ill-fated problem. And then you take control of Gromit at the end to save the day. Like, it's just perfect. It's just perfect. Yeah, he left here. Clearly doesn't care that much about it, right? So, I need to get, like, well, I don't know. Can I just show my cheese delivery form to the major? Is he just, like, not really gonna read it that closely and he'll deliver the sand? Or, do I have to, like, find a writing utensil? Hello. I have a form.
It's only for cheese, but
Give that here. Good heavens. Special orders delivered to 62 West Wallaby Street. You've done the service proud, soldier.
Alright, well, I'm glad I didn't overthink it. I thought there'd be another step to that.
For chitter-chatter, I'm needed in West Wallaby Street.
yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bye. So I bet if I go back to my house, it will tell me that I'm done with sand.
Nice to see
Or
you, Wallace.
maybe there's another step to that. Why was he doing the horn honking? I see. That comment from earlier means I must flip it. Flip it real good.
Whoopsie-daisy. There we go. Top hole. All the sand we need.
Okay, now question though. How do I obtain the sun? Oh. Yeah, that'll do it.
Wallace.
That's quite a light, Mr. Panea.
It's a searchlight.
I say, no shortage of candle power there.
bright as the sun, don't you think? Wonderful for bringing in the big spenders.
Hey, big spender.
Vendors fair, that is.
I wonder, Mr. Pinnear, where might a person acquire such a light?
I'd be happy to lend you this one, but if the weather warms up tonight, I'll need it to advertise my super soaraway sizzling summer sale.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's very solvable. That's extremely solvable. I like how you don't, because this game doesn't have like a normal dialogue system, you like click on people to talk to them and then walk away and they're kind of just like, oh, okay, bye. Nice seeing you. There's something just like kind of silly about that.
Changed your mind, did you? Go ahead and swap, love.
Give me this one.
More rotten weather on the way tonight, they say.
Good. That is what I would like to have it say. Yep.
Make sure he don't nick any sweets.
Mind your own business. That old misery guts thinks he could run this shop. He couldn't run a bath.
I am, however, disappointed that the close the shop button is gone. Logistically, it shouldn't have been there in the first place, but I miss it nonetheless.
stormy weather ahead, I'm afraid.
Oh? Oh no. After all that, my sizzling summer sale is ruined. I go on holiday, but the weather's a washout. Will the sun never shine on yours truly?
Well, the sun always shines on TV. Probably removed due to the button abuse. Listen, I'm not saying I don't understand why it's gone. I'm just saying I'm sad that it's gone. There are multiple reasons it shouldn't be there, and one of them is me. Perhaps more than one of those reasons is me. So you said you would lend it to me.
I wonder where a person might acquire such a light.
You're welcome to borrow this one, Mr. Wallace. There won't be any sizzling summer sale tonight. Not in this blinking weather.
I'll just put this in my pocket.
Always happy to help.
Oh, this light'll make a smashing sum. The Riviera, here we come. Great news, Gromit. All the goods have been gathered. Now it's time for some elbow grease, eh? To the cellar.
To the cellar. Chapter 2. The Guest House Mutiny?
Done, Gromit. Time to relax on the beach, eh? We deserve a holiday. Just a minute. Such a lovely beach. It's a shame to keep it to ourselves when we could share it with paying customers.
Okay.
Just imagine. West Wallaby Street Water World. A genuine beach house, complete with its own
Water World? Isn't that where all the AI companions, like, staged a violent revolution?
Surrounded by happy holiday makers. It'll be
No, that's where that guy drank his own pee.
This man's ruining my blinking holiday. Half a mind to take my bucket and spade and go home.
Well, this escalated very quickly.
Just ask that great big pudding there.
Shut up! I ain't no pudding.
These dogs are disturbing the peace. Bylaws state that all livestock must be kept under proper control in public places.
Fly, and they're not livestock.
I don't think they qualify as
I want a
livestock.
refund and all.
Refunds would indeed appear to be in order, Mr. Wallace. What do you say?
How much did we charge them in the first place, I wonder?
Wallaby Street Water World, customer satisfaction is our top priority. If you'll just be patient, I promise we'll have everything under control by supper time.
You've got till supper time, no later.
Not much of an holiday so far, I'm sorry to say.
Did we charge them to enter our basement? Yes, after we stole publicly appropriated sand and borrowed someone else's sun lamp and borrowed someone else's umbrella, and those people are all here.
Disaster. What are we gonna do, lad? I never thought we'd have a house full of unhappy holiday makers.
Bunch of moaning minis, if you ask me. I'm having a grand old time.
Well, that's one satisfied customer anyway.
He seemed mad a second ago.
There we are. This customer relationship management isn't so hard, is it, Gromit? There's hope for our little venture yet. you'd best get supper started. Make it a feast to remember. I'll see to our guests. We'll soon have a house full of happy campers, eh, lad?
Can we talk about how we did all this so that we could have our own vacation, and now, like, we're so dedicated to this being a business venture that, like, we're not even in, like, beachwear. We, like, put on, like, a vest and tracksuit situation.
Wallace.
I trust everything at West Wallaby Street Waterworld is to your satisfaction, Miss Flit. We strive to satisfy.
It's sweet of you to ask, Mr. Wallace. I'm having a wonderful time. All this drama swirling around me, but I remain an oasis of calm in the hurly-burly of holiday madness.
I appreciate an unironic use of hurly-burly.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
I'm very confused by this, considering that I feel like the scene we saw just a moment ago was to establish that, like, everyone had issues, and now I've talked to two people and they're both like, I'm great. Another thing I wanted to point out is, like, so we got sand, and we got sun and umbrella, and then we came downstairs and we had, like, a miniature, like, roller coaster and Ferris wheel and, like, a bunch of, like, painted sets. It's like, where did all that come from? I tried this Punch and Judy show.
How funny. That sounded just like my little darling's chew toy.
Okay, so that means that we need that to distract the dogs and not that we actually stole something from them.
Oh, you like this, Wallace? I've
Go on.
been longing for a new look, and I quite
A new
fancy
look?
this one. Very incognito, don't
Is
you
that
think?
what we would call
My
it?
own babies wouldn't
Incognito?
recognize me in this getup.
I'm afraid fashion isn't really my forte, Miss Flit.
Nonsense. What man is immune to the allure of a well-dressed woman?
Interesting character.
Your
Hello, Mr.
search
Paneer.
light is just what West Wallaby Street Waterworld needed,
I would
Mr.
not
Paneer.
say that to him since we're charging money for this.
Satisfactory, I hope.
No, not satisfactory at all. A certain Scottish gentleman has been deconstructing my constructions.
Very
Perhaps the
rude.
management could have a word with him.
I'm afraid Mr. McBiscuit is rather difficult.
I'm
to
afraid
pin
he's rather
down.
large, and I'm but a weak inventor.
Can't finish my sandcastle. I'll have to insist on a refund.
Your castle looks very handsome, Mr. Paneer. Such charming little bucket shapes. I do admire creative artists like yourself.
Oh, thank you, Miss Flit. At least someone appreciates art and craft. Look, it's almost done.
What do you reckon?
Very nice.
This is so, like, overwhelmingly charming. Like, there's something, like, I really enjoy about the fact that, like, Miss Flit was, like, kind of annoying in the first episode, and then, like, this time around, like, she takes, like, a little bit of a holiday in our basement, and she's like, world's great. No reason to be upset. I got no squawks, no beefs. Why am I inquiring about these?
That's the Tower of Groceries, where the heroic young shopkeeper sells top-quality produce. Impressive architecture, don't you think?
Oh, yes.
That's the royal court, where the king holds sumptuous banquets for all his royal chums. That's the enchanted tower, where the beautiful princess sleeps, dreaming of a successful marriage
To the
a
grocer?
financially secure prince.
Who does groceries?
That's the horrible dungeon, where the mean, bullying knight is kept locked in chains.
I should look in on our other guests.
I feel like this is a metaphor for a puzzle, but I'm a little underinformed.
The perfect finishing touch. The mark of finest quality produce. Miss Flit's going to be impressed.
Oh, aye, she'll be ever so impressed, I'm sure.
Oh no.
Whoops, my foot slipped, silly me.
My castle, stomped on by a tartan heel. See what I have to put up with? A holiday's not a blinking holiday if I can't finish my sandcastle. Now I have
That's
to
so
start
true.
all over.
Truer words never spoken, Mr. Paneer. These games are an absolute delight.
Enjoying your holiday, I hope.
There's just
Major?
some quality to this. I can't even, like...
Dashed comfortable billet you have here.
Oh, thank you. We strive to achieve complete customer satisfaction. That wasn't so hard.
Put that thing down and pay attention.
Okay.
I am about to reenact one of the greatest desert battles of history, the Siege of Aqaba. Not many know the tale.
Agrabah?
It was late 1914, or was it 1960? It was an even year, of that I'm sure. On the one
Obviously.
side was a single British soldier, T.E. Lawrence, better known to you civvies as Sir Lawrence of Olivier. On the other, the invading army of the Ottoman Empire, thousands strong. You know the story. Lawrence single-handedly defended a desert fortress from a massive attack. He had
Yeah, I mean, I see where this is going.
and no ammunition. He was all alone, just like this. Lawrence watched the enemy from a secret vantage point sheltered by enormous red boulders. Anyway, as the enemy massed, vultures began to circle overhead, crying out in their desperate thirst for blood. Anyway, now at this point, your
Boulders,
average Joe would have
vultures.
thrown in the towel and anything else he had to hand. But what do you think our Lawrence did? He took tea. Anyway,
Tea.
Lawrence
Okay.
was about to dunk his digestive when suddenly, oh, blast and bother! This isn't right. Not quite historically accurate, I'm afraid. I'll have to start again. Just a moment.
So I have to help him finish his reenactment, so he'll give me the soldier, and then I can have Mr. Paneer build the soldier into one of the castle turrets, and then when the dude tries to stomp on it, he'll, like, bust his foot and leave. Hey, Keen, welcome to the stream. How's it going? It's charming as heck in here. This
Roman's
game is
favorite.
so good. All you have to do is get past the prologue, and these games rule. I don't know why the prologue is, like, disappointing every time, but it's fine. So I need tea, red boulders, and...
Hard at work,
Okay.
Gromit? That's what I like to see. We'll soon have a house full of happy holiday makers, never fear. Oh, cracking idea.
Tea!
lad. Everyone loves a copper. You'd best attend to your pots and pans, eh?
Man, this game is being really generous. There have been multiple times I'm like, surely that's a puzzle. And they're like, nah, here's some tea. I'm like, great, okay, one down. Need some red boulders and the sound of vultures?
Something to get our guests in the holiday mood.
That's good. Digestives are like graham crackers. The most popular are dipped in milk chocolate. I've heard of the term, and I knew that they... I feel like I've heard of the term relatively recently. Are they called digestives because they're supposed to be like a type of food that helps you digest in particular, or it's like graham crackers especially known for that? Anyway, to answer your question, Keen, there are 4 games in this series. There are 4 Wallace and Gromit's Grand Adventure games made by Telltale. Oh. No. No.
Mr. Wallace?
No.
I'd like a word with you, if you please.
Yeah.
Oh, I say, Gromit never reacts like that.
Watch
Well,
your fingers.
Gromit's
Don't like anyone
basically
touching the
a
toy.
person and smarter than you.
Gromit won't mind
Red boulder?
if I borrow this.
Did you give me the red one? Excellent. Dial a destination. Tiki Beach, or this looks kind of like the basement, or it looks like there's a third one. No, it's actually just switching between 2, huh? Oh no, there is a third one. Okay. That's interesting. Don't really know what I'm doing there. Have I played all the early Telltale Adventure games? No! I hadn't played these ones before, but since we played through Sam and Max last year, and because there was, like, some recent sort of news regarding Wallace and Gromit, it seemed like a good time to finally go back and play these, because I had wanted to play them, and I didn't have a lot of discretionary money when this came out. So I was a little more selective. Camera bot.
Jeez.
I haven't sussed out what this is for. Should I take the burp for the chrono? Oh, that's an interesting thought. I thought I was trying to get the sound effect, but maybe he just wants, like, a prop. Huh. Can interact with the ball, but not the bird. That's kind of interesting.
Bouncy.
Sure, I'll take what I can get. I thought that was a pretty savvy idea, although I do maintain, I think he wanted a sound effect more than a prop for specifically the bird. I have the T and the boulder, and I think those are both literal, but he said like the guy was like listening for the sound of vultures overhead. Oh, what's...
A man of action, our Major. Except when he's resting, of course. The camera loves her, and she loves it back. Oh, I'm sure I recognize that handsome fellow from somewhere.
Definitely don't understand what the cameras are about.
A loose cannonball.
Zing? Candy floss. AKA cotton candy for us Americans.
Well, that seems to be in working order.
Don't know what to do with that either. That's fine though. Alright, let's talk to this gentleman.
Enjoying your stay at West Wallaby Street Waterworld, Constable?
I'm this close to having your establishment shut down.
Shut down?
On what grounds?
Heard me. These dogs are a public nuisance and an health hazard and all.
Oh dear.
Went bonkers, they did. And all because I tried to clear away that horrible little toy of theirs.
Well, you shouldn't have done that.
Approve of litter, you know.
I believe Miss
I
Flick...
warned Felicity Flit and all, and now she must face the full force of the law. I'm issuing a formal caution for the disruption of lawful quietude.
Not a
It's
caution.
the third I've had to write today.
The third?
Aye, the first two got eaten. Give this one to Miss Flit and tell her to remove her animals, or I'll be forced to shut the place down.
But I have her marked down as a smiley face. If I do that, I think she'll turn into a frowny face, officer. You must appreciate the importance of that. Because, you see, I need smiley faces. There is an interesting point, Neko, that the dogs are circling, and, like, in a relatively similar position to where he sort of indicated listening to vultures. But I'm not sure how I would get them to sound like vultures.
Cutely.
I was trying to click the door to leave. Can I not leave? Am I here forever? What's going on over here? Dude, we had umbrellas in our, like, entryway bucket thing. Wow, that's a level of upset for certain.
Not supper time yet, is it, lad? Sorry about that.
Didn't realize we had set up a supper gong. That's my bad. I thought I was just gonna pick up the hammer and maybe use it later. Oh, wow. Wowie, wow, wow. We have like a full-blown water slide going from upstairs into the basement. That is unreal.
Automated ocean breeze simulator.
Okay, that is a little generous, if we're being honest. Ooh,
That's a
consider
stinky
cheese.
Cheese. thing I can
Living the
do
life there,
for you,
right?
Mrs. Gabberly? Oh dear.
Oh, what a mess I am! But it's me own fault for letting that mangy McBiscuit get under me skin. Why
It's
should
fine, I'm
I
gonna
care
stab his
what
foot
he
later.
says? As me mum taught me, sticks and stones will break your bones,
But a
silly
tiny
names can
bladed
never
soldier
hurt
will
you.
hurt a guy who's making fun of you.
Here comes trouble! You big fat puddin'!
What is wrong with this guy?
Oh, it's true enough, I know it. I'm out of shape for a beach holiday. Perhaps I should just get me refund and go home.
Oh no.
That's kind of you, but it's no good. I can't be talked out of a mood like this, can I?
Oh well, I
should count me blessings. At least me new outfits. That's something, isn't it?
Sounds like she has a frowning face for my form. I agree, that's pretty straightforward.
sharp
Let me
as
use
a
this knife on,
I can't say as I understand you, Wallace. Oh, it's a sorry old world, isn't it? Thanks to the bullies.
Consider fruit.
food.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. I'd go home to
This is a weird way of constructing a puzzle.
Won't get no sympathy from him indoors, will I?
A bit of romance.
Oh, cheeky. But yes, Gabberly does have his romantic side. Occasionally. Oh, you're a reet good listener, you are, Wallace.
Rate good listener? Not an expression I'm familiar with.
On. Too old for a beach holiday, that's for sure.
Too old. Like fresh as a daisy?
Daisy.
Oh, I don't know about that. But it's ever so kind of you to say so. Glad you're here, Wallace. Oh, what do I know? I'm going soft in the head, aren't I?
No, because she's sharp as a
Sharp as a
knife.
knife.
Well, now, that's kind of you to say so, Wallace. You know what? Winnie Gabberly's had enough of feeling sorry for herself. So what if I'm a bit like a pudding? I've tangled with giant bees, I have. I can take care of a bullying McBiscuit any day. Thank you, Wallace. You've a right kindly way with words, you have.
Glad to be of service.
I'll be fine.
I was just observing things in the room. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Get there, you big fat!
Shut your trap, you tartan tearaway, or I'll box your ears. I do like a good book.
No need for a refund then.
Oh, no. I'm as happy as Larry me.
Oh, another happy camper.
Look, we resolved it, Neko. Smiley face. We're making an incredible amount of progress with this task. Who's Larry? I don't know, but he's happy. He may or may not be wearing a leisure suit. It's unclear. So hey, if we go upstairs, can we slide?
Gangway!
There is a button that is labeled fun.
Ah, Mr. McBiscuit, may I, have a word? Later then. Crikey, the infrastructure's getting a lot of wear and tear.
I can't emphasize enough how much I loathe the idea of turning my bed into something that people jump on after coming out of the pool. Like, deliberately.
Very fashionable.
Oh, are we trying... Wait, why would we need to construct a fashion outfit for... What's her name? Miss Flit? If she's already happy
Trouble
face.
springs eternal, it seems. Safety first. All in working order.
For some reason, this beach holiday excursion is reminding me of that Family Guy episode where Peter Griffin like keeps having like weird contraptions, like a giant blimp with his face on it, and his neighbor's like, "How do you afford these things?" It's like, isn't kind of the point that he like does these shenanigans because he's like trying to make ends meet? Like that's why he's like renting out his basement for a holiday instead of having a holiday of his own? So like, how does he have all these like fancy lights and gizmo and stuff?
Bevy of brollies. To think of all the trouble I went through to get just
So it's, I'm glad the game acknowledges it, but it's really stupid. You have two umbrellas like in your front hall. And it's like, oh, really didn't need to go to that trouble, huh? Alright, what do I have in my inventory now? I got glasses, a formal caution, a bouncy beach ball, a couple things for... Is it the major? Let me,
Any interest in this?
Perfect! Just like the great boulders of the Aqaba Desert.
May I offer you a spot of tea, Major?
Of course, sharpens the wits.
it was implied the guests brought those as it's raining outside. I mean, they have implied it was going to rain. We still haven't actually seen evidence of it raining since the prologue, right? I don't know. I mean, he even, like, has dialogue that's sort of like, this was a bit silly. Oh, did you? I didn't notice rain through any of the windows. That's fair, though. What's going on back here? I beg your pardon? Seaside songbirds? Hey, go ahead and tell me that story.
You're in luck, my boy. I was just about to reenact the siege of Aqaba. You know the story. Sir Lawrence took
As long as I get the sand. No, wait, that was earlier.
boulders. Just like this. Vultures circled the sky, crying out for blood. Just like this, our Lawrence, cool as a cabbage, took tea. Just like this. Lawrence was taking tea and about to dunk his digestive when suddenly 10,000 howling Ottoman soldiers charged the fortress. Tea was ruined,
Obviously.
Did Lawrence of Olivier give up? Never! He took his rifle.
Get a lot of mileage out of the basic Wallace animations of big gulp and excited hands.
Straight into the enemy horde. With the invaders in disarray, Lawrence, armed only with his bayonet and still desperate for cover, counterattacked. He took them on one by one until he achieved total and complete victory!
What a strange character. I like
Just
your little...
tidy this up.
Okay, I have a recommendation. I don't know if you're gonna like it.
Hey, this little fella might enhance your sandcastle.
A knight to defend the castle, eh? Why not? It couldn't hurt.
Actually, it could. I mean, last time we saw him stomp this. I don't know if that means that he always stomps there, or what.
That's the enchanted tower, where the beautiful princess sleeps, dreaming of a successful marriage to a financially secure prince.
Oh, I see.
That's the royal court where the king... That's the tower of groceries where the heroic young shop...
Oh,
So last time he stomped the grocery tower, I think because the guy tried to, like,
That's
make
the
his
tower
mark on
of
it.
Groceries, where the heroic young shopkeeper sells top quality produce. Impressive architecture, don't you think?
Oh, yes.
That's the horrible dungeon where the mean, bullying knight is kept locked in chains. That's the enchanted tower where the... That's the tower of groceries where the heroic young...
Oh,
Just one last touch. There.
Oh, okay. I had the right idea. I just thought I had to. I thought I manually advanced that earlier.
And I'm sure she can't wait to see.
Oh no!
Oh, my foot! My poor tender foot! It was a blasted sand trap! Ow! Ow! Ow!
I mean, you did literally do that to yourself.
Be able to
It wasn't even
beach
hiding.
now, I reckon.
oh, well, jolly good.
See, I figured we were gonna have to, like, embed it in the sandcastle so he'd stomp on it and it would be a surprise, but he just stomped right on it. He did that to himself.
Now for the finishing touch. The defender of the kingdom.
However do you manage such lovely creations, Mr. Paneer?
It's a knack, Miss Flit. If I hadn't made it into grocer school, I might have been an engineer. But of course, groceries are my first love.
Ah, anything else I can assist with?
No, thank you, Mr. Wallace. You may consider me a happy camper and most satisfied customer.
We do aim to please.
I think we also aimed at cheese.
Hello there.
It does feel like the dolls that sound like the squeaky toy will have something to do with the dogs, but I'm not entirely sure how to get them to interact in such varied locations. Here's a formal caution.
Constable Dibbins has requested.
Have I played the Strong Bad games? I have, Keen.
Poochie Woo and Tinky Wee would never misbehave.
They did seem a touch rambunctious.
Oh,
It's
very
putting it
well.
somewhat
Let's
mildly.
get this over with.
Behave, or I'll have you banged up in the kennels.
Borf?
That's more like it.
What's this nonsense about my doggies?
Ah, there you are, Miss Flit. Your doggies are causing a breach of the peace. They're behaving like, well, like animals.
How could you say such a thing?
Only telling it like it is.
I like how instead of pointing out the obvious, she's just like, how dare you?
Well, they were until you came in.
Constable, if I ever see my doggies behaving badly, I shall reprimand them myself, believe me.
Okay.
Just look at them. They're as sweet and innocent as pink icing sugar.
I have a slightly clearer idea of what I'm doing in this room.
Tiny, defenseless creatures to harass and leave my babies alone.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's definitely raining out there. For sure.
Babies?
I was focused on
More
hitboxes.
like.
But yes, Keen, I have played both the Telltale series, Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People, and also the more recent Dangerous Rumisode Triumvirate. All delightful. So, what can I do to make the dogs upset where the robot will photograph them?
Cute little fellas. Oh my.
Harsh. I'm not really sure what the candy floss machine is doing other than being kind of a fun animation.
Oh, That seems to be in working order. Cute little fellas.
So basically any interaction is just treated as like trying to talk to the dogs. What's going on with this vase? It has a hitbox. No, I will just quietly observe it with some weird intensity. It is a fun animation, don't get me wrong. It's just curious to create all that if it's not used for something, and I don't know what it would be used for. Yeah, my goal is to get them photographed. I just don't know how to get them, like, acting poorly in front of the thing the robot photographs.
Jeez. Ah, the architect and beachcomber.
Yes, I don't know if you stepped away, Cotillion. I did acknowledge the storm outside, and that it is visible in this room.
She's scot-free now.
Haha, get it? Understand? Scott's joke.
That won't improve the candy floss.
Why am I trying to improve the candy floss?
The can...
Watch your fingers. You don't like anyone touching the toy.
Candy work is a lure for the dogs? I don't think so. Also, it is worth noting that if I try to take candy floss, I immediately eat it. Like I'm Sam in that episode of Sam and Max where, like, if you try to pick up an ice cream, he immediately eats it unless you, like, sabotage him. Even though you're playing him as a character whose goal is to pick up the ice cream to solve a puzzle. Like, I think Neko had something of a clever idea of, like, making the dogs upset because they didn't recognize the owner, but, like, I don't really... No, that is a good point, because they only behave when they see her, right? So if they don't recognize her, she'll see them acting normally. So all I would have to do is, like, show her the notice and get her to, like, go upstairs, and then, like, I wouldn't have to do anything else. Although, if that is the solution, then, like, I don't know why the photo's there, or why this, like, squeaky thing that sounds like a dog toy is here.
How
That's
funny.
curious.
That sounded just like my little darling's chew toy.
Huh.
That's my next new Luke. Isn't it exciting?
Luke.
Can you picture me in a get-up like this?
I'm not sure that I can.
That's the idea. I'll be unrecognizable.
Well, you can have these, like, very precise glasses I possess for
Like
some
these
reason.
Sunglasses.
Oh, wonderful, Mr. Wallace. Very stylish.
So she
I'll
wants,
use
like...
these for my new Luke.
Like a
It's
s-
going to be such fun. I have the glasses.
Sort of
I
a
just need the
headscarf?
scarf.
Okay. I wasn't sure if she wanted gloves, too. Where does one obtain a scarf from? I kind of want to change the background noise, just to, like, try another background noise. This one's for Arcadius, if he's still here. I really like the environment in here. It's a shame that more of this doesn't matter to, like, solving the puzzle. The, like, fake Ferris wheel and the little roller coaster and stuff. It's still not clear what's up with these puppets. Can I turn this into a scarf?
It's important for any guest house to extend a warm welcome. I'd better stay here and see to our guests.
Miss a scarf in this room where I did not spend a ton of time? There's so many like little things that like I haven't interacted with. I don't know why they'd be in the game, but I don't see like an immediate purpose for it. Wait, if I just look at stuff, does he still just like haplessly say it out loud?
Oh, keep it down, love. I could do with some peace and quiet round
That's fair.
here.
Sorry.
Appreciate flowers.
Silicon flowers. Lovely, but not particularly fragrant.
Curtains in the bedroom? Maybe. Bedroom was the next place I was going to go. Notably, the mattress has been stripped of anything that would be scarf.
Gloomy out there.
There's kind of like a scarf on this background chair that notably does not have a hitbox. Like, I noticed this before, but I can't do anything with it.
And some decor for our guest house. I'm not dressed for water sports. All in working order.
Would it benefit me in some way to send something down the tube? Most of these do not
I
seem...
don't think it would enjoy the ride.
It's a beach ball. It's fine. It's fine with the water. I feel like the scarf shouldn't be that hard of a thing to find. Can I make a scarf out of cotton candy? Is that something? I'm gonna talk to this guy again.
Show that formal caution to Miss Flit.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
it didn't,
idea.
Then show her again. Sooner or later, she'll have to take it seriously.
Alright, so he's not gonna give me any additional information. Is this more scarf-like over here? No, it's still not. Like, why? Okay. So, like, why would there be backgrounds if, like, photos aren't part of it? Why is there something that sounds like a dog toy if that's not part of it? Scottish flag? Huh. Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe.
This needs
It's
ironing,
kind of the right
doesn't it?
color. Although I maintain we've made a crucial adventure game error of like we literally rendered a scarf, and it just doesn't have the hitbox.
Hello.
This one is about to be
Any
unrecognizable,
interest in
chat.
this?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Wallace. What a lovely scarf.
Actually, it's
Such vibrant colour and such a pretty pattern. It's perfect for my new look. My new look is complete. Just a moment.
They knew what they were
For
doing.
a
It's funny for her to say that.
Ta-da! What do you think, Wallace? Am I not mysterious?
quite mysterious, yes.
Oh, where's Felicity? Where did Miss Flint go?
I too suffer from issues of object permanence, whoever you are.
We do have fun, Wallace, don't we?
Poor Wallace is just beset upon by existing in his own world. I know what that's like sometimes.
Oh, let's get this
Threatening behaviour towards an officer of the law, that's a serious offence, that is. Don't think I won't lock you up, because I will. This is your final warning.
Inconceivable.
Oh, take it away. How
You
could
just got
behave
undercover
like this?
bossed, dogs.
Mummy is very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. And what
Police
did you
officers
do to
threatening
upset
violence.
My precious cupcakes like that.
Exist?
Yikes.
My darlings, did the bad man upset you? Don't be scared. Mummy's here now. How about a little dressing up game?
He means it too. He looked up the cycling badger and robot mouse. We still haven't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
Why did he lock up the badger?
Oh, come along, my sweets.
She's lucky I didn't throw those mutts in the kennels. I were this close, I were. You can only push PC Ernest Dibbins so far.
I hope your holiday is proceeding in a satisfactory manner, Constable.
Satisfactory?
Satisfactory!
Yes, indeed. Everything appears to be quite satisfactory, peaceful, and in order. Thank you, Wallace.
Champion, we're getting there.
Maximum smile.
Ha ha! At last, a house full of satisfied customers.
He says
Just
out
as
loud.
I predicted. I'd best tell Gromit to lay the table.
Chapter 3, The Hounds of Horror.
I must
Womp
compliment our
womp womp
host.
womp
I've
womp
had a
womp womp
cracking
womp.
holiday.
Ooh, thank goodness for that. It was a near thing though, wasn't it? Ooh.
The ocean breeze is very funny to me.
Look forward to superior chow here in the officers' mayor's what?
The tableware doesn't seem to be in breach of any health and safety regulations. Enforcement's the key, of course.
You smell
Enforcement is
like
key.
heaven, lassie. Did you buy a new perfume for our date?
Oh, really, Duncan? That's just the flower in my hair. And I'm not sure I'd call it a date.
Before we tuck in, on behalf of the management, that is, Gromit and me, I'd like to welcome you all to our new venture. West Wallaby Street water.
It's a little late for that. They've already been here for half the afternoon.
Seaside in the cellar,
I
basement,
have a
beach
few
attract-
words to say myself. Raise your glasses. Raise them, I said. To a
This is
great
the
day
banner that says
with a great
refreshment.
glass, the sweetest sights I ever smelled.
What?
That's right, I'm talking about. Hey, who turned out the. Ah!
It'd be so funny if this became like a legit murder mystery.
Lincoln Dora, this is a rock you.
That
I tell you,
was
most
right
of my
there.
deeds
It was
spied
life.
from a
Then he
biscuit
opened that
infiltrator.
I'm excited.
Rhubarb, peas and carrots.
Quiet, calm down, I say. I must insist on calm. This is not
Ah, Prince.
To me.
They buried him in the sand.
Help me!
Oh my god. Why did they do that? Gromit time already?
Is someone there? Help me! I can't move!
I mean, he was a jerk, but he hadn't done anything particularly to bother the dogs, so I'm surprised they did like a premeditated crime. Okay, still not sure how I'm going to use that. Help?
Who's there?
Oh, right. I guess I still have my shovel.
Thank you, whoever you are. I was
It's got sand blindness.
my last breath. You found me just in time.
Is he really going to die?
Mr. McBiscuit has sustained a nasty knock to the noggin and don't remember naught about it. Happily, he will recover. However, aggravated thumping is a serious offence, and I've no choice but to treat everyone.
Aggravated thumping is a serious offense.
But I never touched him.
Until our thumper is caught, nobody leaves this house. Nobody comes in, and nobody goes out. Not till I know the person who done it.
I know who did it. Spies from abroad. Saboteurs from the South Sea.
Thank you,
That's your answer
Major.
to everything.
That's enough of your doolally chatter for now. Only cold, hard facts can solve this mystery.
Solve this mystery?
That's right.
Dogs are
By
good
the
at
book.
solving mysteries,
You know,
I think.
Burden of innocence and proof of purchase and all that.
Right,
That's
right,
how
right.
real investigations. Now, what's
Oh.
that contraption?
My latest prototype, Constable. The Deductomatic Mystery Solver.
Deductomatic? Is that what's been taking money out of my savings account?
Oh no, Mrs.
Yes, but that's unrelated.
Deductomatic harnesses unused brain power to solve mysteries.
If you're pointing the finger, Wallace,
It also has a reduced 70% chance of electrocuting your brain directly.
Well, that is, it should be working.
It's not plugged in.
Aha, I've got it.
Right then. Tell us, Wallace, who thumped Duncan McBiscuit?
Who done it? Who done it? Oh,
Kippered herring.
that can't be right.
That's...
Just a moment. Any idea who done it, lad? You wouldn't mind pointing him out, would you?
Indicate. Indicate dog.
It was Poogie Woo and Tinky Wee.
Two wee pups laying Junkin low? That's daft, that is.
Aye, silly that.
The very idea of accusing my dear doggies. How absurd!
Aye, quite absurd. Absurd, eh? Nothing is absurd before the law.
Here we go.
It is the absurd claims the law takes most seriously. For
Not entirely
if
sure
the
that's
absurd
right,
cannot
but
expect justice and a fair hearing,
not exactly
then who
wrong.
among us can?
He's got a point.
We must treat this accusation according to the law. The law requires proof. Proof requires
Purchase. Yes, we were over this.
proof requires three things. First, the motive.
See, this is what I don't get, is the motive.
Thump Duncan McBiscuit. Second, the weapon. What was he thumped with? Third, a witness. Who can collaborate, corroborate, back up your accusation. Do you have
A
a motive,
witness?
a weapon, and a witness, Mr. Wallace?
I'll just recalibrate the inference-ometers. There we are.
What'll it be? Motive, weapon, or witness?
Where to begin?
I want to start with motive because I don't...
Right, that's the one.
What's the one?
Motive.
Kippered herring?
I've solved the motive.
Excellent! Tell us why Wodgy Podge and Tinky Pink thumped Duncan McBiscuit. Well, out with it, man.
Just a moment. Can you spare a motive, lad? If you've got one, give it here.
Nobody leaves the room until I say so.
The motive. Don't know why the dogs were upset with him. I guess because they're concerned about taking attention from their owner?
The motive is Felicity Flit.
Are you saying that Miss Flit's doggies attacked Mr. McBiscuit to save their mistress from some terrible event or threat to her person?
Well,
Was it blackmail?
I can't rightly say for sure.
Then don't say out.
Your motive doesn't stand up.
Ooh. Oh,
To be clear, the constable could, you know, solve the crime himself instead of just like
Everyone can go about their normal
getting mad.
business, but remember, nobody leaves the house until the mystery is solved.
I like how a moment ago he couldn't leave this room and he's like, ah, whatever, who cares?
once I have the deductomatic properly calibrated, this case will be elementary, dear Gromit, elementary.
This is not a particularly good
Why don't
gadget.
you,
It needs
snip up
some work.
Clues for the deductomatic to process, eh, lad? You might start with the constable there. I expect he's got some juicy leads.
Why would you expect
I've got the
that?
suspects right where I want them. Written down on the official constabulary
This is a
notepad.
very stupid
I'll
joke.
crack the case with this, I will.
Got them right where I want them, in an organized list where I can rule them out
It's
one
got to
by
be one of
one.
these three, but which one?
This is Gaverly, Rudeness Revenge, Mr. Paneer, Sandcastle Spite, Major Crumb, Just Plain Crazy.
Ah, the motive. Likely to be some physical object. I remember
Why
a
would that-
case a few years back
why
where
would
the
that be
motive
true?
was a turnip, with two blokes claiming the growing rights.
Did the writing and constabulary have an official notebook? No. I think I have like a Word document somewhere where I used to compile the tags I was using on YouTube videos, which used to matter more than they do now, allegedly.
Right, the weapon. I'll wager it's a blunt object. Your more polite objects rarely do much thumping. Yes. The witness. Likely to be a person.
Likely to be a
Your
person.
vegetables and minerals don't generally have much to offer in the way of witnessing.
It's likely to be a person. Bold, exciting claim. So he claims that the motive is likely to be on the police do not cross. Very good. I should be able to go in the kitchen now.
Candy floss, Mr. Paneer. Bad for your teeth.
Oh, I'm not eating it. I just like having something to hold.
You must try to stop worrying so.
What? The thumper? Who knows where he'll strike next?
I don't think there is a thumper. I think Duncan just fell over and wandered off by himself. He's a clumsy oaf, you know.
Sick
Aye,
burn.
He is heavy on his feet, that's for sure.
He'll bounce back. He always does. It's Poochie Woo and Tinky Wee I'm worried about. Those silly accusations hurt their feelings. I just hope playing dress-up will lift their spirits.
Oh dear.
A new look is a tonic for the soul, don't you find?
Luke.
Afraid I don't know how to play dressing up games as it happens.
Doggy dress-up, silly. I just need to pick the right outfits. So many to choose from. I just can't decide. Ah, Gromit, you must know what the debonair dog likes. Why don't you help me pick an outfit for my
Luke?
precious darlings?
So I
Use
think
your doggy fashion sense and choose your favourite hat, glasses, and collar.
think the idea here is to take a photo of them looking menacing.
Rugged.
No bandit mask, yeah. Well, I mean, we have like bandanas. I feel like the spike collars are like more threatening though. You think top hat? For some reason I was leaning fez. It feels kind of like early spy story.
Exotic.
I don't know what glasses are most threatening.
Classic.
Little spectacles? Okay.
Oogie Woo and Tinky Wee will love this. Oogie Woo, Tinky Wee.
These are
Time
bad
for
dog
dress-up,
names.
my dears. Oh, look at this. Hello. You found Mr. Squeaky. You clever things. I was afraid he'd never turn
They
up.
had him the whole time.
Now we're really ready for some fun, aren't we? Let's get dressed up. The poor things are shy. Would you mind leaving us alone for just a little while? Do you like the pretty pictures? Aren't you cute? Yes, you are.
That's interesting. I thought I had to actually leave, but that didn't, Huh. That interaction did not play out in the way I expected it to. Also, the game is broken now. Because I can't right-click to exit. Oh, it caught up somehow. You hate fezzes, but fezzes are cool, Neko. Oh, sick. Now I can have candy floss, which I couldn't before. I don't know what to do with that, but I can. Why was it saying right-click to exit? Oh, dear. The game really got broken. What is in the kitchen right now?
Checking
Still-
provisions, eh? Good military planning. Who knows how long that fool of a civilian constable will keep us cooped up? Best start rationing now, before panic sets in and we have to eat our pack
God,
animals.
it must be exhausting to be this guy.
Good heavens! Someone here must be a member of the Cheese of the Week.
Can we just talk
Club.
about how much cheese? So it's a Cheese of the Week club. We got like 3 crates of cheese for this week. That's a lot of cheese.
This is no time for cooking. We need to conserve our rations until the last terrible hours.
Doctor Who and my dad gave me a negative opinion of fezzes. Your dad wears a fez just like out, like doing errands. He just like wears a fez. I don't know your dad. I've never seen your dad. I don't think your dad can pull that off. Some might say it's not enough cheese. That's exactly what I'm trying to convey to you. 3 crates for 1 week? Surely at least 7 crates are needed, right?
Watch your hindquarters, Private. There are spies about. Saw 'em myself, dragging off that Duncan chap. Not a pretty picture. This reminds me of the time I was cooped up in a chicken coop south of Toulouse. My company was pinned down for 3 days. Nothing to eat but a single croissant and a rotten egg. Have I told you the story, Private?
Yeah, he's apparently my
They were the
witness.
best of times.
But
Or
if
was it
he
worse
saw
than
that,
I can't recall.
I feel like there's some trick to this where he's like not reliable and we have to make him reliable or something. But like, why would he not have just said that? Like, that's so weird. Especially when I was like, okay, like I think the dogs did it. And then everyone's like, that's ridiculous. And he claims to have literally seen it. Like, why didn't he say something? Of course he can't pull it off, but it's not the most absurd thing he wears. Picture this. A Minions siren shirt or a political shirt combined with camo trousers, a bright yellow coat, Einstein hair, a fez, and a red leather plague doctor mask? All worn at once for casual errands. Your dad sounds like me using, like, the character creation screen in a game to make the most preposterous looking character out of base, like, allowable parameters. That's not a real person. That's like an NPC someone made for a goof. No, I can't make ocean noises anymore.
Mr. Gabberley promised he'd run shop for me. Imagine him downstairs, face to face with actual customers. He took quite a thumping, didn't he? Can't say he didn't deserve it.
Aggravated thumping is a serious offense.
Rot all on his lonesome. Someone's got to tend to the great lug.
Oh.
Groan.
Oh, my head. Somebody stop the spinning. There's a whirlpool I'm in.
Don't fret, Patch, you've had a nasty knock. Did you see who thumped you?
No, but I can almost remember what hit me. The terrible weapon that laid me low, it's...
You saw the weapon, what hit you?
I think so. It was... Oh, I can't remember a thing. My brain's been boggled.
Ooh, you've got amnesia, you have.
Amnesia? Oh, not that.
Hamnesia? Sounds serious.
Just take things step by step, Chuck. What's the last thing you can remember?
Well, I was upstairs, getting set for a jump junior slide, but something wasn't right. Them little dogs, the Felicities, were underfoot, and they wouldn't shut their yaps. Duncan McBiscuit doesn't take guff from yapping wee dogs. So, I grabbed that bone toy of theirs and took it away. They didn't like it one bit. Oh, no.
You know, you should not have done that.
When I squeezed the wee toy, it drove them crazy. Because it made this noise. This noise. Oh, what was that noise? I can't recall. My brain's turned to haggis.
Why would thinking about haggis stop you from answering the question?
It'll come back to you.
Nicola says her dad spent 300 pounds on the plague doctor mask. He has a leather Cthulhu mask he spent hundreds on. The tentacles are gloved fingers. Listen, you can definitely accuse me of buying some serious novelty nonsense over the years, but, I feel like your dad needs help.
That's it. The sound of the toy. Now I remember.
Go on, then what happened?
What is this sound
I kept
effect?
the toy and shut the wee doggies doing the slide.
Oh.
I didn't like that one bit neither.
Nah, you're making some
I was
bold
having a
choices,
grand
buddy.
time. I wanted a wee picky to remember by, so I went down to that photo thingamajig. I struck a manly pose, and I was... Oh, Crivens, it's all fading away. I'll be forgetting my own name next.
Oh, don't get yourself in a twist, love. It'll come back to you.
Cotton candy?
That's right. I remember.
Go on.
I was taking a picky, holding a stick of candy floss. Oh, I love that stuff, me. I got my hunger up. Just then, like an answer to my prayers, the gong sounded for supper. I came to table, and there I found Heaven, my lovely lass, Felicity. I remember the fine, sweet smell of her, like She smelled like...
Strong cheese?
blast it all. My nose is a blank. I can't recall.
Give it time, love. You'll remember.
Smelled like... I don't think it was candy floss. Huh. We need to bring in the uninvited haggis to solve this. I agree. Okay, here's a surprisingly serious question, chat. What do you think Felicity Flit smells like? Out the window, you say? To shreds, you say? Well, that's not how I expected that to go, to be honest with you. This way, keep going. That just takes me straight down here. But the gate got highlighted. So am I supposed to leave and do something with the gate? I can't look at the photo wall anymore for some reason.
Artificial blossoms may look pretty, but they don't smell like much.
Oh, that's right. She has the flower in her hair. He said he liked her smell, and she said it was the flower in her hair. I'd have to get that one or one like it.
Would you like to play doggy dress up?
I think all the flowers in the house are like plastic, which is why we couldn't use them in the first chapter either.
You'd look lovely in lederhosen and a little alpine cap.
Yeah, no, so we're trying to reconstruct his whole memory. We already did the sounds of the squeaky toy after he stole it, and we did the candy floss that he was going to have. We'll take a picture. I might be able to steal flowers if I go up and get knocked out of the house again. Oh, I feel like if I can walk over here, that I ought to be able to, just sort of hit the button and launch them. Oh, now I can just choose to go out after getting kicked out, but I can't get kicked out again? That's one way to do it, I suppose. Oh, okay. The game lacks a touch of subtlety. Going down. I will point out that I have the game on never give hints, but the fact that it still kind of does makes me think it probably really aggressively gives hints
I just
otherwise.
can't remember. That's it. The sweet scent of felicity. How could I forget? I remember everything now. I'm cured. You've cured my ham knees.
You've cured my ham knees.
I were a right numpty with you, weren't I?
Still are, I reckon. But don't go weepy on me now. Tell me what happened after you sat down at supper.
I was making a toast when the lights went out. My
They went
eyes were
toot?
just into the dark when... thump!
Who thumped you?
Och, I never saw who, but...
It was
I
dogs.
saw what? The supper gong mallet! That's what hit me!
The supper gong mallet? You sure, Chuck?
Sure? Oh, aye! Look! Look what it did to me!
Oh, dang. Got
That's
stamped.
a crime, that is. No,
It's a serious
wonder your
offense.
mind's been
Aggravated
hurt.
thumping. Oh, God.
What kind of person would do that? They should be locked up. You go back to sleep now, love. Get some rest.
So they took the gong upstairs, eh? Don't look at the camera.
That's
Oh,
an
he's-
extra fluffy bat.
So he's gonna grab this and he won't want to let go because he likes holding on to
Just
something.
this once. Oh, crikey, it's heavy. Must be family-sized floss.
Interesting.
I wonder what the best dressed dogs are wearing this season.
Oh, I've already got some, and I intend to hold on to it. Oh, no thank you, Gromit. Ah,
Address him.
Oh, it's only you, Gromit. For a moment I thought... Well, never mind.
I'm sorry, lad, but if you want some candy floss, you'll have to get your own. I'm rather attached to mine.
Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Put something even more interesting into the candy floss machine. I'm not sure anything I have fits that
Mustn't abuse
bill.
the candy floss maker. It's the only one we've got.
Well, apparently I mustn't abuse it.
Mustn't.
Hmm. Abusing it is the best part. Regrettably, that applies to so many things.
One of these suspects knows summit, but who to question first?
Well, I mean, if you would go ahead and question the Major, he would tell you what
That's
happened.
my automated ocean breeze simulator.
If I could pick it up, maybe I could blow away the candy floss from the hammer and he would give it up. But I don't think that's what we're doing. I'm gonna try something that's not related to immediately trying to address this problem. Which is, I can fix the spring. I don't know what I expect that to do. These are some unpleasant dogs. There's definitely some significance to dressing them up that is still lost on me, but I stand by my choices. Is it possible for me to throw something at the button so that I can trigger it without them, like, getting in the way? Yeah, I don't fully understand what's going on here, I think. I do like that I can take a shortcut down here. I try to talk to her. Does anything particularly interesting happen?
Won't even let you out for walkies, will he?
Oh, sad Gromit. Sweet, sweet old lady to think of that.
Glad you're here, Private. I've had enough of civilians thinking they can run things. Couldn't run a temperature, some of them.
Nod, nod.
That's the spirit.
The music in here is wild. It feels like the sole purpose of the kitchen is just to acknowledge that he's the witness, which is fine if true. I think I'm gonna go back outside and see if there's something I'm missing out there. Don't change camera. I'm the boost. It's very wet here. I guess we could talk to this guy.
Now open for business. Is that a customer I hear? Oi, you want to shop here? You gotta follow my rules. Yeah?
What are your rules?
I'll put it on slate. Business will sort out payment later.
Those are some rules.
Oi, and don't nick nothing while you're about it. Blimey, that were easy. I don't know why Winnie makes so much fuss.
Oh, new fashion.
All the news without the nagging.
Suppose I should get new fashion. Not like 1000% sure how that helps. I have to admit I'm not familiar with the expression put to slate, though I think I understand the meaning from context. I don't think I've ever heard that. Dressing up the dogs, but it's like people fashion. And also, it will just get them to wear glasses. What does that do for me? Maybe he'll drop the hammer out of excitement for seeing the dogs decked out totally in casual fashion.
What a nice present. That's a stylish look. I do admire those sunglasses. I suppose they're back in fashion. Seems I'm something of a trendsetter.
See, I don't know what that did for me, though.
Does the nice doggy woggy want to choose another? Show me what doggies like best. For very latest. Good dog. Nice choice.
The glasses were the thing I was like least clear on.
Time, my darlings. Don't fuss, sweeties. You can go back upstairs in a minute. Right now, I need you to sit still.
Did they leave their toy upstairs? That would be unhinged. What? I don't really understand. That's very stupid in a very good way. They're just mad all the time. I don't know what that's like. Oh, I understand now. That's probably the one. Now if I click this before they come back, I can do that again? Wallace really needs a new mattress. Yeah, even if that wasn't true before the Waterworld experience, it's definitely true now. It's like the world's wonkiest Plinko machine. Okay, so that is the physical manifestation of motive. Shortcut. This one's for Neko. Take the slide again. So we have a witness. And we got motive from him. So we need the hammer. But again, I don't actually know what the glasses did, because like I could have just like changed the outfits at will, right? I'm not sure that fashion magazine does anything. I bet that hat comes right off.
So many choices.
Oh, no thank you, Gromit.
You don't want a squeaky bone that'll get you murdered by two extremely needlessly angry dogs? Oh, the beach ball got reset. Can I have it? No, I can't. Can I take a photo with it? Yes, but I don't think it does anything, and also maybe I broke the game. Unclear. This room is so buggy compared to the rest of the game. Buggy the Clown, everyone's favorite.
Three little suspects. One of them's got to be the thumper.
Been out looking for clues, have you? Good lad.
Can I give him?
Oh, is that a clue, lad? I'm sure it'll come in handy later.
No.
Right now, I need to get me deducto-matic working.
Hey, buddy, have you checked for air gaps? Asking for a friend. The hammer's tricky. I just don't get a sense of, like... I can't really, like, ask him what it is he likes in a holdable object. Like, I get this general idea. But, like, I don't know what type of thing to be looking for, because I don't know what makes one object better for panic holding over something else.
Oh. I'm sorry, lad, but if you want some candy floss, you'll have to get your own. I'm rather attached to mine.
I think if you wanted to do something, you interact with the plug. I think that's not quite right. It doesn't appear to have a hitbox now.
Game will do my darlings the world of good.
I think what it is like once I have everything, I will plug it in and make the game advance, or it might even do that automatically.
Perhaps a fairy princess outfit with a tiara.
Can you spill water on it somehow to make the candy floss melt? I don't... Not that I'm aware of.
What shall it be? I know. A cowboy get-up with chaps and a sheriff's badge.
Why did she have this whole trunk of dog? I mean, it was with her downstairs in the beach zone, to be fair.
Hello there,
Why did she
Gromit.
bring this here?
Would you like to play a doggy dress-up? I just can't decide.
Can I make a candy floss with even more
But
candy
that would
floss?
violate nature's law. You mustn't abuse the candy floss.
Feels like I should be able to do something with this, but I don't know what.
You Mustn't abuse the candy floss.
I wonder what the best-dressed dogs are wearing this season.
Thanks. Phew. Who knew a flower could be so nerve-wracking?
What? Why is that his reaction to that?
Phew.
I don't understand that at all. Why is that his reaction to that?
Artificial blossoms may look pretty, but they don't smell like much.
Yeah, I don't know. Have we established that he's afraid of flowers? But even so, what do I do with that information? I think it's probably meant to be more like he's just skittish because of the crime that happened, but like, something seems odd about that to me. We change the flower in the vase? That's an interesting question. Still not clear to me why that would help, but apparently I can't anyway. That's a good suggestion. I'm honestly not sure that this dress-up kit has done anything, so like maybe I need to do something different? Oh, wait a minute.
They're show dogs, you know. Prize winners.
For outstanding, oh my god, that's a really long... Outstanding performance in the Toy Lap Athletics category with special honors in hammer throw. But how do I apply that? How would I get... How does it... What... That doesn't, like, mean anything, though. Because, like... Here's the problem. If I get the dogs to have the hammer, they wanted the hammer. They're not gonna, like... And even, like, what costume could I give them such that he would suddenly give them the hammer? Do we have a hammer? No, we're trying to get a hammer. If we give them the hammer, they'll either, like, take it because it's incriminating them, or they'll throw it at us because they don't like us. I mean, probably it will somehow end up with us getting the hammer, but it doesn't make any logical sense. But, like, we don't know the rules of what will, like, make them throw the hammer, because they previously had it and didn't throw it. And I also don't know in what way I could dress them up to make them get the hammer back from the guy who has it that isn't us. Doesn't even know he's holding a hammer, so no outfit would make him give up the candy floss. I mean, the thing that would make him give up the candy floss is if, like... Maybe he wanted to pick one of them up? Let's make them as fanciful as humanly possible.
Posh. This is going to be such fun.
Have we tried pirates? A surprisingly limited number of games let me simply try pirates. No one in their right minds would want to pick up these dogs. True.
Ah. Oh. Oh. No thank...
Aren't you cute? Yes, you are. Run along and play.
Aren't
you cute? Yes, you are.
Okay. This room is very buggy. We tried using knife on small dogs. Now, I know normally that would sound upsetting, but chat seems to be unified in this, and I think that's because the dogs themselves are living weapons. I don't know, I just feel like the game hasn't given me a clear sense of, like, the parameters of this dude, like, stress-holding objects. Nor do I feel like it's given me a clear idea of, like,
That's
the parameters for why the dogs would throw a hammer.
help me pick another outfit, Gromit. They're show dogs, you know. Prize winners.
I don't get it. Like, I get that it sounds like it's a thing that should do something, but it doesn't mean anything. What am I missing?
So many
Chew toy and candy. Like, I think we've tried every object in the candy floss machine. Anything that, like, is remotely workable, he just discourages us from doing it.
Use the candy floss maker. It's
the only one we've got. I can't even use candy floss on the candy floss machine because it would violate nature's law.
You mustn't abuse the candy floss maker. You mustn't abuse the candy floss maker.
It's also probably the case that we don't want to get rid of the chew toy, as it is one of the 3 things we need to solve the crime, is the physical manifestation of motive. Because the guy who got thumped took their squeaky bone toy, and then they became filled with murderous dog rage. They're trained to throw hammers, so if we give them a hammer, they'll throw it. Okay, okay. Let's dial it back. Let's dial it back. Let's deconstruct. Let's break it down. I want all hands on deck, everyone. Because we're not going over this another time. I know some of you have sparked interest because we got stuck. I know how this works. But we're going to go over all the details, and then we're all going to be on the same page, and no one's going to come back from tea in a minute. And if they are, one of you is going to explain to them what's going on. Okay? Hands, deck, now. So, the situation is this. One of the items we need is a hammer. That hammer is currently being held by this man on the screen. It's coated in candy floss, aka cotton candy. Now, the game hasn't given us any clear instructions as to what will make this man give up the cotton candy hammer. So we don't know what will get him to give it to us, who need it as a piece of evidence to solve the crime. We also don't know what will get him to drop it to give it to the dogs, who are apparently trained in hammer throwing. I don't even really know what that means. The items we have are a plastic sand spade, our own candy floss, some flowers that smell like the woman in this room, and a dog toy that's also an essential item we can't really afford to give up. We have tried using all of these items in the candy floss machine in this room to see if we could make a replacement that's more appealing of an item for him to hold on to as a sort of comfort item in his panic over the recent crime that happened in this house, than the hammer that we need as a piece of evidence. None of those items is applicable, nor does continuing to use the candy floss machine yield any results. Because we don't know what exactly his motivation is for this being a particularly good item to hold on to, or what would make him feel comfortable enough to stop holding on to it, I don't know how to proceed. That's more or less where we're at. Now, do we have any suggestions? It is perhaps worth noting that we have evidence that the dogs are trained hammer throwers. But again, because the item that we want is a hammer and we already don't possess it, I don't know how that helps us, particularly because this man doesn't have any kind of relationship with the dogs that would make him friendly enough toward them to give them a hammer that, as someone points out, he doesn't know he's holding. He thinks he's just holding a very heavy candy floss. Have we tried to give him the candy floss in our inventory? We have. And he says he likes his better, or something to that effect.
Oh, I've already got some, and I intend to hold on to it.
So, like, because we don't know the parameters of why that one's better, we can't, like, switch it out. Anything we can dress the dogs in that might help? Maybe, but if there is, it's beyond my understanding. Let's take a closer look and see if anyone in chat has a suggestion that I haven't thought of. So we get to pick a collar, and a hat, and glasses. Now, I've been going with these blue glasses because they seem to most closely match what was on the most recent fashion magazine cover. Beyond that, I don't know what would make one of these a better option for anything. It might be the case that these dress-up items only matter because you can use them as a distraction to get the dogs away from the chew toy that we needed and that we now possess. So I'm not sure if this has any deeper meaning. Maybe scare him into dropping it. Plug the machine back in. I mean, let's double check, but I'm fairly certain that I cannot plug the machine back in, even though I have, like, 2 of the 3 items I need to solve the crime. I think I either need all of them, or the game will advance when I have all.
Little suspect.
Okay, it does, but it's finicky, is apparently the answer. Because, like, if you saw me hover over it, it was not working 100% of the time.
I'll summon the suspects. Right. You have accused Felicity's diminutive dogs of thumping Duncan McBiscuit.
So this is a good shout, but I do maintain that the game made this more difficult than it needed to be because the hitbox was not working with 100% accuracy.
Cracking. Now we'll know the truth.
The truth about what?
The witness. I've identified the witness.
Good show. Tell us who witnessed, Tinky Woo and Podgy Wee assaulting Mr. McBiscuit.
Kippered herring. Stick.
Well, out with it, man.
Just a moment. Who would you pick for a witness, lad?
Gotta be all the way on the other side of the room like a jerk.
My witness is Major Crumb.
Quite right.
Gasp.
I saw him. It was black as pitch.
If he's willing to cop to that, why didn't he just say it in the first
Taking away
place?
the body. Short, hairy fellows with sunken eyes and tattooed necks. Sailors from the South Seas. Spies, spies from abroad.
Not this again.
I think we've heard enough.
Did your spies look like them two?
Good heavens.
No.
Hang on. No, there is a resemblance, but something's not quite right.
What did he say? Short, little, tattooed...
Your witness isn't credible.
Did someone catch those details? Like, the sailors, we gotta put the bandanas on them. Was there more actionable information than that, or do we think that the bandanas are it?
All right, that's enough of that. Move along now, everyone.
Oh, that's right, there is a sailor hat, that's true. For some reason it's only one and not two, but that should be the trick. But did he say anything that would, like, indicate what type of glasses we should give them? I don't feel like he did.
Help me pick another outfit, Gromit. That's a good choice. But one of my sailor hats is missing. Poochie Woo and Tinky Wee like to wear matching outfits.
I don't feel like that's true. That's an inconvenient hurdle. Sunglasses. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm inclined to just leave them with the glasses they have now. One, because that magazine sort of implied it, and two, because they're, like, kind of the most generic. So they're not, like, weird shapes I feel like he would have pointed out. How would I get...
Woo and Tinky Wee will love this.
How do I get that? Where's that hat at? Where's that hat at? Has anyone seen that hat? The missing one? Police officer considered questioning people too. Maybe you could talk him into question. Okay, I would like some suggestions on how I, Gromit the dog, have a conversation to convince someone to do something. Maybe the basement seems like the only place we haven't fully explored. Do we feel like there's a part of the basement we haven't explored?
I'm sure I'll detect something eventually.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I do just point.
Do you sense something, boy? Yes, I'll have a little chat with the Major. Perhaps he knows something he doesn't know he knows.
Maybe at least one of them can tell me where the hat is? I don't know. I will admit to having interpreted that notepad differently. I thought that was just supposed to be a checklist that I could refer to of the 3 things that I needed. I know that the names were on there, but he listed them as suspects, and we know none of them did it. Oh, he's got the hat!
Are you having a laugh?
Enough questions. We're wasting time. The spies could be signaling their ship. If they give away our position, we're done for.
All right, yes, fine. So tell me what these so-called spies of yours looked like.
Don't mind if I do. It was dark. Dark as a darkened room. The door cracked open, and I saw them. Swarthy little men with sunken eyes and primitive tattoos, dragging Duncan's limp body. Sailors, judging by their uniforms, natives of the South Seas, I'd say. Stake my reputation on it.
Did they look like this?
No. Eyes more sunken, with heavy
brows.
That's better. Add nautical tattoos round their necks, and don't forget the uniform.
Can you show me a sketch? I want to see what the eyes look like when you do it.
Just a hint now. Yes, now you've got it. Those are the villains I saw.
Right, so this is what they look like, eh?
Post that picture to every jack-tar in the Navy. We've got
Or just like show it to me. It'll be fine. Just show it to me, Gromit the dog.
What I'll do.
The man means well, but he's a couple of bricks short of the full hod.
What do we think that most closely resembles? I mean, obviously the hats and that bandana make the most sense. Is it the blue or the black ones?
Good to see you, Private.
Couple of drips short of a full pond is quite the quote. Feels appropriate. Let's take a look at the sunglasses again.
Help me. Oh, you found it. Good boy. Now, Poochie Woo and Tinky Wee can play sailor again.
So... I don't know, I feel like it could easily be the blue or the black one. Because, like, the defining feature in this sketch is sort of the dark brow, which doesn't really apply to either of them. I honestly feel like it looks a little more like the shape of the blue ones. Yeah. Like, you hear, like, dark eyes and like, you kind of want to go with the black one, but I think the sort of spectacle shape is wrong.
Aye, Captain. Good dog.
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try this.
Poochie Woo, Tinky Wee. It's dress-up time, my darlings.
I guess the game already saved.
Three little suspects. One of them.
Wow.
Ah, yeah.
Can the cop talk to the guy holding the floss? I don't know. I've committed to this course of action. We'll try that when this succeeds or fails.
Where do you want to start?
And the witness is...
Giving Major Crumb another go, are you?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
My witness is Major Crumb.
Quite right.
Everyone's still surprised somehow.
Black as pitch. The door cracked open, and I saw him dragging away the body. Short, hairy fellows with sunken
If I cut the
eyes.
power to this room, will it also help
Sailors
make this
from
more
the South
convincing?
Seas. Spies from abroad.
Not this again.
I think we've heard enough.
Wait, Major. Did your spies look like them two?
Good heavens. There. It's them, all right.
Yeah, it was the blue ones.
Put those spies in irons.
Don't be silly. They're puppies.
Dogs of war, more like.
What war?
Dogs of
There
war.
is no war.
What?
All right,
Nani?
let's let sleeping dogs lie, shall we? The main point is, the Major saw these two dragging away Mr. McBiscuit. Isn't that right, Major?
It most certainly is.
In that case, according to the law, he is a legitimate witness.
I'm not entirely sure what criteria we use for that.
Proving your case, Wallace. We've got a witness. What next?
Gonna do motive while we're here.
And the motive is...
More jam, please. That's a good motive.
Can you rustle up a motive, lad?
Do I use with Wallace or do I use with them? Let's use with Wallace, I suppose. We'll call them poplars.
The motive is... this chew toy.
Really? The pups are very attached to that toy. I know from bitter experience.
Then why are you surprised?
Mr. Squeaky was a present from their mumsy. That doesn't make it a motive for hurting Duncan, though.
Oh, yes, it does. Duncan stole the toy
Oh.
from them doggies. Told me
She's
so
a sort of
himself.
second-hand witness.
Oh, we did.
So if we didn't walk him through the entire memory, we wouldn't be able to claim this even if we got the bone back.
Could well be a motive for thumping.
But why would Duncan want to take Mr. Squeaky?
Because he's a dingus. He's a total bonehead. So of course he wanted to take the bone toy.
Possibly. But on the balance of probabilities, spot on. I believe this motive meets the test of the law. The case against them two dogs is coming together.
The case against them two
The only
dogs.
piece of the puzzle left is the weapon.
Of course. Now we'll get the facts.
Get what facts?
The weapon. I've determined the weapon.
Well done. Tell us what, Wodgy Podgy and Winky T used to thump Duncan.
Crunchy frog.
Well, out with it, man.
Why does he want to use this device? It's clearly not
Something
helpful.
resembling a weapon, lad. I could use one sharpish.
I can just unplug it. So yeah, he's not holding it, as someone pointed out, which is annoying.
Not right now, Gromit lad.
The weapon is Mr. Paneer.
The weapon is most certainly not a person. And if it were a person, it wouldn't be Mr. Paneer here.
What makes you so sure of
The
that?
weapon you're suggesting don't hold water.
Yeah, so I'll need to get the hammer. It's not a trick, I don't think. Now, getting the hammer might still be a
Sorry,
trick.
It is only a prototype.
All right, that's enough of that. Move along now, everyone.
Honestly, what a waste of time.
Can I give him the cotton candy I currently have? I mean, I tried giving it to Mr. Paneer and he wouldn't take it.
You can do this, Ernest Dibbins.
Yeah, we can have him talk to Mr.
Want a
Paneer.
scent, have you? His motive is clear enough. But could this apparently gentle purveyor of fine groceries be a Jekyll and Hyde character, perhaps?
No, but he's
A
got the
vicious
murder
thumper in
weapon, and he won't
disguise.
let go
I
of
must
it, which is kind of a
interrogate him.
problem for me. And I guess by extension you, because you ostensibly want this crime solved. As it turns out that aggravated thumping is a serious offense.
And put that candy floss down while I'm interviewing you, if you please.
Well, if only I had known that was part of the deal.
I'll ask you again, and this time I want a straight answer.
Time for an
Did
Indiana
you or
Jones
did you not
swapperoo.
thump Duncan McBiscuit?
Did you not? I mean, you did not. That is to say, me, not you. I mean, not you, me. But not me.
What do you mean no? What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
All right. Not another word.
Phew.
Am I just supposed to take it and not replace it? That just seems rude. I'll just do it again. Don't need to Indiana Jones it, but why not? That honestly makes less sense to me than just stealing it outright.
It's got to be one of these.
Like, literally, the whole thing is that he, like, won't let go of it. And I understand that the police officer makes him put it down, but, like, that doesn't mean he wouldn't stop paying attention to it. It's super important to him.
What is it, boy?
He's next to a candy floss machine. He can get his own. That's been true the whole time, and it hasn't helped.
And put that can.
Oh,
I'll ask you again.
did you not? I mean, not you.
Da-na-na-na.
I've heard quite enough.
That's stupid. I genuinely, that whole getting the hammer makes me mad. That whole thing was pretty stupid. Like, basically every step of that was needlessly convoluted for, like, a pretty basic component of this mystery solution.
I've got it.
Right then. The only piece of the puzzle left is the weapon.
And the weapon is...
I smell dirty socks.
Do you have
Seriously,
any
this
difference
device is
in the
garbage.
weapon?
This is a really unhelpful device.
One sharpish.
I don't know why he continues to insist on trying to do anything with it.
The weapon is this mallet.
You bang on the money this time, Wallace. I remember now. That's what it Duncan all read. He said so himself, and he's got the dent in his bonds to prove
This
it.
device is a magic 8 ball, but a magic 8 ball gives you, like, an answer you can finesse into something.
What makes you say that?
Well, it looked all fluffy and pink and delicious, but underneath it was rock hard and not very tasty.
You don't normally eat the cone from the candy
It
floss, you
appears that the mallet is
psychopath.
indeed our weapon. Well done, Wallace. Wallace, you've shown us motive, weapon, and
Didn't say it was good.
And
I mean, okay, I guess I'll grant you that it's like an objectively worse magic 8 ball, but again, I don't know why you'd want that device.
Duncan McBiscuit was thumped by a mallet because of a stolen chew toy, the crime being witnessed by Major Crumb.
It's really preposterous to presume that a case can only be solved if there's a witness.
Criminals.
This guy would do well in the Phoenix Wright universe.
No, it can't be. My darlings are precious, kind,
Do you think they have a separate cell, or are they gonna get locked up with the Badger?
I knew it.
Wallace knew it.
Put 'em in chains. Throw away the key. Batten down the hatches. Cabin doors to manual.
All in a day's detective work.
Oh, I really do feel fit.
This was a mistake! Is there a boss fight?
Look, lad. The drain must
Oh, come on, what
flood.
is this?
That's handy.
Would we call that handy?
To have created a bit of a current.
Okay, there's a whole chapter 4, alright. I didn't see that coming.
I've got that sinking.
Well, we had a boss fight last time, I really should have.
Down the drain.
Okay. What's the story, Wishbone? Use up and down to speed up or slow down. Just give me... How big is that train? Big enough, I suppose. Just gonna pick up everything. Is that a bucket of starfish? The controls are a little weird. You don't seem to go left or right at all, despite the fact that that seems necessary. Throwing starfish. Thanks for hanging out, Keen. Hope you get some good sleep. Enjoy the rest of your night. As a reminder, no stream next Saturday, but we'll be playing the third Wallace and Gromit on Friday. Okay, the game it's been a little glitchy. Now, why is that the case? What do I have to do to fix that?
Oh my goodness, I'm feeling all topsy-turvy.
I keep coming around. Hold on. Give me this. Neko requested I do this. I don't know if it'll actually help. Yeah, I kind of didn't think so, but still.
Here, Gromit! Get 'em off, Gromit!
Have some tea. Like, what I want to do is just weigh that down so it doesn't move as quickly, and then I can do the starfish, because like I tried to throw the starfish to topple the bone and that didn't work. But I'm not entirely clear on why.
Go play somewhere else, you tykes.
Yeah, I think that's like a... I don't think that's a skill issue. I think that's like a problem it wants me to solve. I'm just not sure exactly what. Wouldn't want to be Wallace in this scenario. I feel like that's typically the case.
I'm beginning to feel seasick. Get 'em off, Gromit! They're too fast for you, lad.
They've got bullet time, Grommets!
Oi, watch your aim, lad. Do something, Gromit.
Oh. I figured it out. I think Neko got it at the same time. You make a squeak, it distracts them, then... I didn't realize it was just them going crazy that was making it rock, because I thought just the swirling motion was doing it.
One thing, they're dogged to the end. Welcome aboard, lad. Just a short jump to dry land, eh?
A bit of a current.
Oh, Gromit,
Wow, that's a big drain, as stated previously. Are we doing something, or are we just... Is it a cutscene? Did the game crash? Oh, I know. We had such a hard time in the prologue for a reason.
blow yourself to smithereens.
Gotcha!
No, that's fun.
Thank heavens, we've made it, Gromit. We're back on dry land.
I appreciate that they gave the kind of mean guy something good to do to help in the end.
I do hope everyone's had an unforgettable holiday, and that you'll consider visiting West Wallaby Street Waterworld again next year.
Stupid. Why is the fire extinguisher rocket powered? It's like a rocket fuel canister. It's the same item that we had in the prologue that gave me so much trouble. they put themselves in prison.
Where are you, lad?
Why?
We've got quite a clean-up job in front of us. No time for dawdling. Gromit! Gromit!
Delightful. Despite a couple rough bits at the end, and I'll easily take the fault for not trying to explore the notepad more. Like, that was apparently important for multiple things to ultimately help solve the case, but I really just thought it was like a checklist, because all of his suspects were clearly wrong. We already knew who did the crime. So I discounted that too readily. But I do still think that the hammer bit was really silly, and the prologue rocket thing was needlessly convoluted, but at least they justified it somewhat in the end by having it be an important thing that you understand how it works to, like, finish off the thing. But, like, yeah, I like this a lot. Honestly, overall, I might have liked this better than the first one. I was a little surprised that the turn into, like, the mystery, and I kind of wanted it to just be more, like, holiday-related shenanigans, but I thought the mystery was, like, pretty effective. And a good way to, like, incorporate all the characters. Again, this is something that I think the early Telltale games were really good at. They'd make, like, a small cast of characters and then, like, reuse them, like, in creative ways. It's the thing I liked about Season 1 and 2 of Sam & Max that Season 3 really dropped the ball on. But, like, even though, like, I'm not as attached to the supporting cast here, I think that they were really cleverly used, and the whole, like, vibe of this chapter was delightful, pretty much start to finish. So, like, big fan of this. Like, I liked last week a lot, but I think I like this one even better. But let's all steady ourselves that when we do the third one, the prologue is gonna suck again. Yeah, you also would have liked the pure holiday theme, Neko. It's just, I feel like we hadn't fully explored it before we turned into the mystery. And you could easily make a whole, like, story about, like, a mystery, right? Like, it's interesting that they, like, pivoted into, like, a completely different genre for, like, the third chapter. But yeah, this was great. I like this a lot. I'm also really glad that, like, people seem to be, like, resonating with this. Like, chat seems to be, like, really into the vibes. I know it's, like, a little weird. All hail the parental units and significant other. That's a weird credit. It's a really weird credit. Yeah, I mean, like, again, this came out when I was in college, and I tried to limit my spending in college because I didn't really have income for the most part. So I was fairly selective. You know, I got the Sam & Max games because I already knew Sam & Max from Sam & Max Hit the Road, but I remember them announcing Wallace and Gromit and being excited for it, but this feels creepy. Monty Muzzle's fundraise affair. I love these back-to-back comments from Neko. I love Wallace and Gromit. It's hard to go wrong with them. I'm scared. Both entirely valid and justified, but still funny to me nonetheless. Yeah, I suppose if I just don't be in that window, it stops making music, huh? But yeah, this was great. I feel like it lived up to every bit of promise from that cover image of Gromit in his floaty with a little sand spade. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the other two. As far as I know, it's just the 4 total, even though it feels like a weird number. And we'll play the third one, whose name I don't know, because I have never played these and didn't do excessive research. I'm more or less, at this point, I think, content to just, like, use the same... Like, the volume seemed okay for that. Honestly, I think the overall balance was a little better than the first one. but like I think the settings we used for the first one were good. Like that wasn't too loud or anything, and the music didn't seem to get like super overpowering to the same degree it did last time. So like hopefully that worked for you all, but I think that's fine. So I'll probably just like do the same settings every time and then just load the game up and know nothing more about it than you do. But like I was saying, I do feel like this effectively showcases what I think are some of the greatest strengths of the Telltale episodic model. Of like, they created a little cast of characters, they made them diverse enough with like their own personalities and interests that they could apply them in different ways, and then they just sort of like made a little playhouse out of them, like figuring out how to fit everyone into the stories. It's great. So yeah, we'll hit up the next one next Friday. And then next Saturday, I'm not streaming. It's friend's birthday, and we have indefinitely scheduled plans that will probably last most or all of the day. And even if there's some time left over, I'll probably just sort of use that to take care of stuff that normally I would do with the rest of my Saturday or something to that effect. So we will reconvene next Friday, and then the following week I think will be normal streams. I'm not aware of a reason why that wouldn't be the case, but it's been a weird year and that could change. I don't know. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this, but we can't wrap it up until we've taken a look to find Secret Squirtle. Now, this Squirtle is obviously not a secret because you can see it. He's right there. He's very big. But somewhere amongst the rest of our visibly displayed friends are some number of hidden Squirtles. And if you are able to locate one of these secret Squirtles, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. So I encourage you to look around me, take a guess, and see if you can find a Squirtle this way. I feel like I had some other thought I wanted to convey. But, I mean, it's Squirtle time. Let's go, everybody. Secret Squirtle in the dino basket, or possibly a clam. I will admit, I didn't pay 100% attention to the clam digging discussion that was going on, mostly because I know I'm not going clam digging anytime soon, for reasons alluded to earlier. One on the top shelf next to the window. Is Cow Ice Bunny? Some good guesses. I like these guesses. All right. We'll start back here by the window with our Valentine's Day cow. Not a Squirtle, but Baby Yoda, who I recently realized I hadn't put out for like a really long time. He's a good friend. I saw a headline today, I think, on Reddit, where Winona Ryder, I think it's Winona Ryder, who plays the like mechanic, who is like a recurring character on Mandalorian, said she only signed up to do it because Baby Yoda was basically super awesome. Which I think is just like a funny thing to put on the record. Is like, I would have taken this role if Baby Yoda wasn't so great. And I guess our pirate crab, Kaylee. It's funny, there's like a normal sized Kaylee that I have. It's got like a little summer starfish. And for some reason, she's like smaller than this one. So the piracy made her big, you understand. But this particular pirate has a secret Squirtle as a crewmate. Very good. Now, Neko suggested perhaps this Triceratops basket contained a Squirtle, and Demolition indicated our Clawsome friend Carlos might be hiding one. Of course, because the basket contains a hiding space, both these things are true at once. There we go, kind of. Good enough. Thanks everyone for watching. I've been having a blast with Wallace and Gromit. Over time, I think we will find more excuses to play Telltale games that we haven't already played. Like I've already said, I'm doing a rewatch of The Expanse with the expectation that once I've done that, we'll play the Telltale Expanse games that I know virtually nothing about, but I'm also interested in trying. You committed the clam tips to memory. Well, I hope they serve you well. Again, I'm not sure what I would do with them, but I appreciated the enthusiasm nonetheless. But yeah, more Wallace and Gromit next week. A break on Saturday, so schedule something fun for yourselves. Get yourself a treat. Buy some donuts or something. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, take care of yourselves. And remember that you are Clawsome.